your background applications. So anyone who comes in contact with the kids will have to fill out a coach's volunteer and background application. So that's dugout moms, anyone who assisting you at practice, that has to be filled out before they are allowed onto the field or into the dugouts. And this is just very important. We don't know everyone's criminal history or criminal past, and we want to make sure we keep all the kids safe, like they're your own. And I'm sure you wouldn't want strangers around your kids. So let's try to keep all of our kids in mind through this. If you have not filled one out, please get with your coordinator tonight and fill out the background application and the coach's code of conduct. They will get that to you tonight, but I'm pretty sure everyone's filled one out.
Yeah, and it's also one of the if you've done it in seasons past, more than likely your coordinator's already pulled it, turned it in, and it's already been done. It should be only a one-time thing.
Practices. So the third thing we're going to practices. Just schedule all your practices through the department. Just make sure we're aware of practices, and I'm pretty sure we do a good job of that. Fourth thing, COVID rules. So we do have some additional rules for COVID. We will be cleaning equipment. We won't be issuing equipment like we usually do in the past. We usually issue team bags, everyone with equipment in it. We will not do that. Instead, we will be providing equipment at practice, and it will be sanitized, including the balls, the helmets, the catcher's equipment. So that will all be sanitized after each use. Anytime you switch catcher's gear between kids, so if you have more than one kid use the same catcher's gear that we provide, it needs to be sanitized. So if you're going to, let's say you're at practice and you have a kid in catcher's gear and you're going to put another kid in that same catcher's gear, it has to be sanitized in between each use. So we have staff and cleaning equipment on site. So all you got to do is find the staff, say, hey, the most preferable thing is before practice, let us know that you're going to work multiple catchers. So we're already on top of it and we can have it right there for you. And that all staff will clean all the equipment. You don't have to worry about it. They'll sanitize it and then you can have it for multiple uses. We're encouraging no team meetings. And when I say no team meetings, I mean the traditional sense of team meetings. Traditionally, you get in a huddle and huddle up and have your team meeting. We do not want to do that. Obviously, we want to encourage kids and parents to socially distance. So if you are wanting to have a team meeting, please go to the outfield, encourage everyone to socially distance 6 feet apart, and then have your meeting out there. I think that's the best way to handle that. I know it's hard, you want to talk to your whole team, but please don't do the huddles. Those are a big thing. Rules and rule changes. There's really nothing. We didn't change anything in this age group from the summer. We will be cleaning catcher's equipment after each use, and then we are going to try to speed up the game a little bit. So after the first inning, we don't want any defensive warm-up. So if you have a new pitcher, they can throw pitches, but if not, we want to go right into the next inning. So as soon as that third out hits and we flip sides, we want to go ahead and right into the batter. We will provide time for if you change pitchers to warm up. And then I'm going to read through the rules really quick. The mound will be at 46 and 60. That's the same as it was in the summer. And the stealing is when the ball crosses the plate. The runner can leave. Modified for 2020, all catcher's equipment must be sanitized. All batters are required to wear batting helmets. Face guards are highly recommended, but not mandatory. That is an addition from the summer. We will leave that in place. We are encouraging all kids to provide their own equipment, and then that just helps limit our contact spreading. I know the face mask is highly recommended, but I know we have a lot of kids that don't have it, but they have their own helmet with either the face guard or nothing on it. So we are going to allow them to wear that. If you have a kid that doesn't have a helmet, we will have helmets on site that will be provided. But we just ask you to allow that one kid to have that one helmet the whole entire night and don't share it. And when it gets put back in the bag, we will sanitize it. And then no defensive warm-ups in between innings. So the first inning, we'll let you warm up. We'll let the pitchers warm up. We'll let the infield take infield, roll the ball out. But after the first inning, we want to speed the game along. And then that way we get more at-bats. All participation rules, all players are required to play at least 6 defensive outs and complete 1 at bat in each game. So just please be mindful of all the kids. I know each kid has a different talent level, and they all just need to play at least 6 defensive outs, and they will all complete 1 time at bat because we do have an all at bat policy. So everyone bats in your lineup. So if you have 12 kids at the game, you'll bat 1 through 12 each time. Only players present at the start of the game may be recorded on the team's batting lineup sheet. If you have a kid who's not there, they need to be left off the order until they arrive at the game. If a player arrives after the batting order is submitted, the player can be added, but they will be added to the bottom of the lineup. And that's just to limit our confusion with our scorekeepers. Okay. All players present for the game must play. All players in good standing will play with the minimum time required for the league. So failure to apply will result in a suspension. We have not, knock on wood, we have had really no issues in this. Everyone knows the purpose of Parks and Recreation is for the kids to learn and grow. It's not about winning. So we've done a great job with our coaching staff and our coaching selection. We've had really no issues in this, and I don't foresee us having any issues, but we just have to leave this in there so everyone is aware. Conditions are you're not obligated to play the individual the minimum time under the following conditions. If they are late to a game, so let's say they show up in the 3rd inning, you're not required to play them. We do encourage you to play them because it's usually not the kids' fault that they're late to the game because all of our kids can't drive and they all have different household backgrounds and we don't know what they're dealing with at home. And this might be their one escape from that. So we do encourage you to play everyone. But if it is a constant problem, we do understand that for the sake of the team, it might not be worth it. But please contact our staff. If you are going to implement these rules, please contact our staff before. That way we can be on your side and we'll have the full story because the parent will complain. Player with unexcused absence for practice in the week before the game, they're required to have a meeting with the parent, and that way they have an explanation. And a player with a discipline problem. So if you have a kid that's real rude and talks back, we need to be informed. My biggest thing is let our staff know and let us handle it. We don't expect you to handle all these situations. You're volunteer coaches. You don't get paid to do this. And so any of those rough situations, that's what the coordinators are there for. So please just contact them and say, hey, I'm having a problem with so-and-so. Do you mind reaching out? And we'll reach out. We'll find out what's going on. We'll let you know. And we can proceed after that. Only 3 coaches allowed in the dugout. At least 1 coach must be in the dugout at all times. We will return to using open air dugouts in our fields that have open air dugouts. That was allowed in phase 2.5. That was a clarification. So the only field we won't be able to use at this time is Clement Field 1, but I don't have any games scheduled on that currently. So if there is a game, we will set up chairs if we have to. That is our better draining field. So worst case scenario, that's the only field we won't be able to use dugouts. And we do encourage the kids to spread out. Please be on our side with that. I know not everyone agrees with the rules being made, but please just please encourage all the kids to keep social distancing. And then that way we can stay operating and be there for all the kids. Teams will be required to field a maximum of 9 players on defense, including catcher, 4 infielders, 3 outfielders. If a team does not have 9 players, a minimum of 8 players will be required to begin play or continue play. I know this summer we did a pretty good job of this, and we did as much as we could with all this stuff going on. Let's say if you show up with 7 kids, technically it will be a forfeit in our standings, but we will still have a scrimmage game. So always feel confident no matter where you're going to go, you will always have a game. And that's one thing we strive on. So let's say you only have 5 kids. What we'll do is we'll split the 2 teams up and we'll just play a scrimmage game. So that way we don't have people driving 35 minutes across the county and then just forfeit and turn around and going right back home just know that there always will be a game being played. So the time limit for the games will be 1 hour and 15 minutes. We will finish the batter. A new batter must be in the box before the time expires. The time should be announced and will be kept by our staff at the scores table. Prior to the game, please just have your batting orders ready. I know with kids running late and us traveling all the way across the county, it's hard, but please just try to get those to us as soon as possible. Obviously, no judgment calls can be appealed, and the umpire's decisions are final. The best thing to do if you do have a problem with the call on the field is to appeal it to the second umpire. That's the best advice I can give you. Most of our officials are high school officials, and I think we didn't have many problems officiating during the summer, which is good. We will probably still be on the good graces of our official assigner, because we are one of the only few departments that he has still playing. So we usually are graced with better officials. So please keep that in mind, that this is the best we're going to get. No matter what the call is, this is the best officials we're going to get. And please, just be respectful towards them, because if we don't have them, we don't have anyone else. All of our officials, I think we have 3 officials left in Sampson County. So all of the rest of our officials come from Cumberland County. So, and we do pay for it, trust me. But, so just keep that in mind, that's all we're going to get. If we run these officials off, we're not going to, it's going to be back to our staff officiating games. And that could be good, that could be bad, but I don't think anyone wants that at the moment. So please just keep that in mind. Please be respectful of them. And if you have any major issues, please get up with the coordinators. And if we have any problems, constant problems, we do have officials that don't officiate for us anymore. And that's just something that has to be relayed to us. Is like, hey, this official's, we've had him and it's just not working out, and I think that's the best way to handle it for everybody. And then I'll get up with our official assigner and explain them the situation. But we always have staff at the games, and we're usually on top of it. But if you have any problems, please come to our staff. Mandatory speed up rule. Runner for the catcher with 2 outs must be the last batter that made an out. Ball thrown to the pitcher after each out. We don't want them just, how they do fakes and try to do all this stuff and run the kids down and fake the kids out. We want to speed up the game, and that way we have as many at bats as possible. And then no info warm-ups. We do have the 5-run rule per half inning, so you'll be allowed to score 5 runs on offense. Throwing at bat, incidental, first warning, second warning. If they intentionally throw a bat, it's a dead ball, the batter's out. And if the kid throws a bat and we find it bad, our staff will handle it, and they will remove the kid from the game. The pitching rules, so we are going to follow the majors pitching rule guidelines, which is 85 pitches in the same group or on the same day. So we probably won't have any on the same day. But a pitcher may not exceed more than 6 hours in a calendar week. And then there is a pitching chart below that for the rest. So no rest is 1 to 30 pitches. 1 day rest is 31 to 45. So you pitch, let's say you pitch 31 pitches on Monday, you can't pitch Tuesday at all, and then vice versa. So if you throw 65, you can't pitch Tuesday or Wednesday. If you pitch over 66, you can't pitch until the following, or it would be Friday. Base running, runners must wait until the pitch has been released or cross the plate before leaving. Then here's the Dixie bat rule. All bats must be USA stamped. I'm not going to read this whole bat rule, but this is it right here. If anyone has any questions, it's in all the rule books. Our rules are posted online, so if any parents have any questions, they can just go on our website and they're posted up there. And then the batting helmets with the face mask. And that's pretty much it. The practices, no more than 2 hours practices, but yeah, I'm sure you can't. And you cannot require participants to meet more than 2 practices a week. So you cannot punish them for going over 2 practices a week. I think that's pretty much it. Inclement weather. we will make a decision before 4 o'clock. So I know like if Hopton's going to Lakewood, which we aren't traveling this year due to our limited field availability. So we are traveling across the county instead of our neutral playing sites like we normally do. We will make a decision, but we won't make a decision until after 12. So if you wake up and it's raining, we understand. But most of the time, what happens is it rains in one part of our county and it doesn't rain in the rest. So we might have to cancel one district, but the rest of the districts are still a go. And we have to wait till after lunch to make those decisions. But we'll make it I usually try to make it at 4. But if you parents are blowing you up, just feel free to wait till after lunch to get up with the coordinator and ask him. And then makeup and unfinished games with less than 4 completing innings will be rescheduled. So everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. Are there any questions so far? Questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
The rainouts, we do realize it's going to get cold at some point. We are going to try to reschedule as many games as possible. It's going to rain out games, and we know that. I was going to kind of get up with y'all and see what y'all thought was the best reschedule days for y'all. Initially, for baseball, it's hard because of your pitch count limitations. Tuesday would probably be the easiest reschedule on us for fall right now. We've tried Friday in the past, but I know with travel ball and all that, and everyone says no on Friday.
Yeah, Fridays be tough, I think.
So, and I hate to keep going. I will probably my plan right now is to reschedule up to 2 weeks additional to our season. So I think we end right at the end of October, and then go 2 weeks into November. We're not going to go past Thanksgiving. So I don't know what the best thing. Do y'all have any suggestions or anything for reschedules? Because I can pretty much do anything. Is double headers? Would double headers work the best? Would Tuesday and then you have to turn around and play on Thursday be the best thing?
If you can do a doubleheader, I think that would be ideal. If you got the same teams matching up again, so
and it might be it might be like a Rosebud team. You might play a different team, but
yeah, I don't think anybody have a problem with double headers. The only thing you got to look at is your pitching. But I mean, I think it should still be fine.
The travel wise, with everybody traveling, it'd be easier to do the double headers. I think if we can.
Right.
Okay. That's fine. I just kind of wanted y'all's feedback on the best thing because Friday's the easiest on us because I can just move the game to Friday because we don't have anything on Fridays. But I know we get a lot of blowback.
I got travel volleyball, school volleyball.
No, I understand.
Volleyball, baseball, travel. I just.
No, I understand completely, and that's fine. I was just trying to get a little bit of y'all's feedback of what will work best for y'all. So we'll go on that, and if I can get double headers rescheduled, I'll do that. Hopefully, we won't have any rain, and we can just play.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because it's not raining at all this year.
It hasn't
It's
rained
not raining at all this year.
I think I rescheduled 15 nights in the summer. So
Yeah, we've only had like 30 inches more rain this year than we've had previous years. So
I know
sure it won't
it's been
rain.
rough. I know.
Yeah,
Well,
so far everything this year has been smooth. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, if y'all
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, if y'all have any questions, anyone got any questions?
I need Charlie to send me Patrick Neal's phone number, please.
I got you.
He's got it. Well,
So I
thank
can
y'all
get
so
some
much.
briefing.
Thank y'all for coaching. I really do appreciate it. And if y'all need anything, feel free to reach out to any of our staff.